Hey crafty friends, this is Nye here. So today what we are going to do is we're going to be assembling our layered owl Halloween paper craft. As you can see, I have my art glitter glue that I will be using for all of my gluing. And I also have my tweezers handy because today is another day when we're definitely going to need it. Okay, so as you can see, I have all of my pieces cut out. I have them lined up and they are ready for assembly. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to start with my smaller pieces first because otherwise I'm going to end up losing them here on my table. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pick this one up. I'm going to hold it between my fingers here. You can use your tweezers if you want to hold it. And I'm going to hold the hat between my fingers as well. And I'm going to use my fingers here as my guide to get everything lined up in the right position. So I'm just bringing that up just a little bit, and there, you can see it's perfect. All right, so the next one that I'm going to do is I'm going to start with his nose here, and I'm actually not going to lift this just yet. I'm just going to add a little bit of glue right on top. Then I'm going to come in with my push pin. I'm going to use that to pick up the nose and then just kind of place it right on top there. Then I'm going to switch over here to the bow, and I'm going to use my tweezers for this one. And again, just adding the glue here to the back. And I'm going to hold the paper down with my other hand and then just kind of place this one right on top. Now, if you have some glue seeping out, it's okay. If you're using the art glitter glue like I am, it's going to dry clear and you don't have anything to worry about. And let's switch down to the feet here. I'm actually going to grab the whole thing, I think. And for this one, I grab that there. I'm actually just going to add the glue to where the feet are, just a little line right here. And then again, I'm going to use my push pin to pick it up and then just placing it right on top. This part got stuck there. And then just placing that one right on top. And let's see. Let's slide this one off here so we can have a better view. And I'm going to hold this one again with my tweezers. Let me get a better grip there. And then I'm just going to add the glue here to the back. Just a little dab. Then I'm going to flip it and then press it right on top as well. So this part is where it's just a little tricky and you kind of have to take your time a little bit more just because most of the details are these smaller pieces of cardstock and you don't want them to get lost on your work table here. Well, maybe yours is cleaner than mine. I don't know. All right, so I'm going to flip this one here and I'm going to do the eyes. And again, I'm just adding a little bit of glue. And this is one of those ones where you could almost have two tweezers in your hands and you could line them up and piece them together with both there. All right, I'm flipping this one over. I'm going to add the glue again to the back here, just a little bit. A little bit goes a long way, you don't have to go crazy. And then I'm just going to place it down. I'm going to do the same thing now to the other side. Let me just grab this one and add the glue to the back. And then just holding it between my fingers, and that's what I use as my guide to help me line everything up. And so when you go to glue, if it doesn't end up in that right spot, you've got maybe about 5 seconds to shift things around before the glue dries. And then, well, you're stuck, or you can recut it. Most of the time, if I end up getting a piece stuck, I'll just leave it. But if it turns out to be really bad, then I'll recut it. All right, and so then just put the other eyes down. I've got this piece of glue that seeped through. And I'm gonna actually wait to do the eyes, and I'll do that after the hat. All right, so let's work on his wings and then his cape here. And I think this part got glued down there. when I was doing the bow. All right, I can use my fingers for this one. So I'm just adding a little bit right here and all the way across. And then lining it up. So holding it between my fingers as my guide, and then just lining it up to get it in that right position. Then I'm flipping this over. And then, so when you go to line up the wings and the cape, you can start here with the bottom and use that as your guide. Just kind of placing it in the right position. And then move it down or shift it if you need to for the other side. Now I'm going to add his hat here first before I go back and do the eyes. Only because I don't want to end up pushing the eyes up a little bit higher because it's going to cut off. Okay. So my glue is drying very quickly. All right, there we go. Perfect. And so now when I go to do the eyes, this top part here is going to line up right there with the bottom of the hat. And that's how I know I'm going to have it in that right position. So I'm going to add the glue here to the back. And then again, like I said, I'm just going to use that as my guide. I'm going to press it down so it doesn't go underneath there. All right. Okay. All right. So that finishes this part, and this is the most complicated part because it's got all of the details of the owl, and that's really what's the part that's going to stand out. Now all I'm going to do is I'm going to put this one here, and then I'm just going to flip these over, and I'm going to start to glue this down. So I'm going to speed up the video here, and when we get back to the top, then I will slow things back down. Okay, so layering him is pretty easy, and then all you have to do when you're ready to glue the top part down with all of the details is basically the same thing. Just kind of adding the glue everywhere. You do want to kind of be careful of the holes here that are just going to add a little bit of character to demonstrate and kind of give that appearance of the fur and the feathers. I guess it's not fur. They're feathers for sure, because it's a bird. Okay, and then you just want to do the same thing and just kind of holding it between your fingers to line it up right there in the correct spot. All right, and so that finishes this. And you know what? When you have all of these layered crafts, you can go ahead and like add a little bit of twine to the back to hang it up if you want, or you can lean it up against a wall on a table in the kitchen or something like that. They're very cute and very easy. Be sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and I hope you enjoy crafting your Halloween owl. Thanks for watching.